What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Pokemon Legends Arceus, and welcome to the second to last episode of this playthrough. We are just about done here. Last episode, we were taking on various challenges at the training grounds, from the Path of Tenacity to the Path of Solitude. Today, we're going to be doing the last Path of Solitude challenge, which is going to involve going up against Rotom, which is one of the Pokemon I actually have a request for. It was the only one I really had ready for a challenge like this, or at least semi-ready. I still had to spend quite some time training it up, but I've mostly got it all well-equipped here to do the best that we can. These are some of the hardest Solitude challenges in the game, actually, the ones that are given to us for requests, so that's why they're kind of singled out, even though there is a Path of Solitude for every single Pokemon. But we're going to try our best here with Rotom, and it's all going to pretty much come down to luck here. I do have Rest on Rotom, and there is a certain point in which I'm going to have to use that. So hopefully that will help us out. The good news is this Garchomp has no ground moves. I know that you can't get away with Rotom's Levitate ability anymore, but it's not going to throw any ground moves at you, so nothing super effective, which is nice. So let's try with the Hydro Pump here. Start things off. It's going to be pretty much the most damage I can do out of Rotom. And this Garchomp is basically just going to spam Twister the entire time. But because it has that intrinsic flinch, it usually allows it to go twice. So if we can get another one in there, we might actually be able to win this. If I can't... Ooh, it only went once that time. Come on, Rotom. There you go. Okay, I'm going to rely on Dark Pulse for my last move here, and then I think we'll be fine. I was going to have to use Rest if any of those Hydro Pumps missed, but because they didn't, I think we're good. So Dark Pulse should get the job done. Let's just use a Strong Style to make extra sure, because this move never misses. Don't know why it's a no moves miss in this game, but it is, and we appreciate it for it. There it goes. Garchomp is down, and with that, battle has been decided. Rotom gets a little experience out of it. Good stuff, good stuff. Most Splendid, Rotom has reached the final station on its Path of Solitude. I have added a mark signifying its victory to the page of Rotom in your Pokedex. And there we go, we got it. So now, we got a prize for that. Some 3 experience candies. Now let's head over to Garrett and talk to him. I knew you could do it. What a thrill to see your Pokemon best the Path of Solitude like that. And there it is. Rotom's Path of Solitude is complete. We get an additional Experience Candy L for our troubles, as well as a Seed of Mastery. So that's what you get for completing each of those. It's just a little bit of a bonus reward that you don't get from doing all of the other requests. Like I said, I'm not going to be going through all those. I'm sorry. I am not about to spend, just insane amounts of times putting together a competitive Magikarp and a freaking Abra and Blissey and Bidoof for this for all these requests. It's just not happening. It's not happening. I'm not going to drag this series on any longer than I already have. At this point, I'm sure some people were already like, why are you doing all the requests? I just wanted to see, the extent of all the quests in the game, but this is where I draw the line. Now, we have 2 more things we're going to be doing in this episode, so let's head back on over here to the pasture, and I am going to be grabbing myself Dialga. Just Dialga, no one else, nobody else at all, and now I'll show you where we're going next. And welcome to the Cobalt Coastlands, everybody. Okay, so as soon as you get here, you'll notice that we have a new request down here in Ginkgo's Landing. We're going to take Weirdeer and head all the way down there and see what awaits us once we get down to the beach. But you'll notice, as soon as he comes into frame, Adaman is here. Hello, Adaman. How you doing? Time changes a lot of things, but the sea stays the same. The Celestica people must have looked at it this exact same view long ago. I've got a favor to ask, Akari. What is it? It's something my grandfather told me. He said the Adamant Crystal has the power to change Mighty Dialga into its otherworldly form. And I want to see if the strength my partners and I have got is enough to take down Mighty Dialga in that otherworldly form. And so we begin Adaman's Hope. Now what we need to do is we need to head on into our key items, and we need to use the Adamant Crystal on Dialga. And there we go. Dialga is now in its origin form. Once that is done, we can now talk to Adamant and begin. Mighty Dialga gave us all the gift of time, and I want to see its real power in battle. Let's do it. Mighty Dialga, let me stand before you as leader of the Diamond Clan to find out in battle what I'm really made of. Just letting you know, this is not a particularly hard fight, but let's do it anyway. All right, Dialga, here we go. So the main culprit, obviously, is going to be Adaman's Leafeon, which is at level 65. You do have a Vaporeon and an Umbreon to worry about, but they are nothing in comparison. Now, first things first, let's try to get rid of this Leafeon as fast as we can, because it can actually hurt. Of course, if Roar of Time misses, that's going to make things a little bit more complicated. So now they can actually start doing some damage. Not to say they're going to do too much. Look at how freaking big he is in comparison. Jeez. I mean, I can take these hits, don't get me wrong, but what the heck, man? Can we actually land our attacks here? All right, let's try... Oh, there's a Leaf Blade. Like, it's not hard as long as you freaking, are landing your attacks. I'm going to use Flash Cannon on Leafeon, because then I'll be able to do a follow-up attack immediately after the fact. There we go. Defensive stats were lowered. Good. Leafeon uses another Leaf Blade. We're fine. And then I think I will use... I actually could get away with going after Umbreon and Vaporeon first. Why don't I do that? Why don't I use Earth Power on Vaporeon here, and I should still be able to go ahead of Leafeon in order. Umbreon is looking around. Vaporeon used Aqua Tail again, which is not very effective, and now we can switch back on over to Leafeon. Let's get another Flash Cannon in there, and with the lower defenses, there's no way that thing is going to survive. And there we go. All right, now we got Umbreon with its Dark Pulses. Not bad. Vaporeon is wasting time looking around. Let's finish it off so that we only have one thing attacking here. I'm going to use another Earth Power, and then we will use Roar of Time, and we should be good. So, next, let's see if this actually lands this time. There we go. That's some damage. Umbreon, I was going to say, might be able to tank that, but no. It's always anticlimactic when you have this big move and then it just misses. And I feel like it misses so much more in Legends Arceus than it does in the other Pokemon games. Like, for real. The sheer power of Mighty Dialga, it's too much to comprehend. I'm still shaking, even now. But through our battle, I think I understood the will of Mighty Dialga. Isn't that amazing? When you battle all out with someone, you really understand them. Imagine if everyone in Hisui partnered up with Pokemon to express themselves through battle. Living here would be even more fun. I have to agree. I think I'll have my clan's folks start training up at Jubilife's training grounds. Hope we can count on seeing you there, Akari. Adamant's Hope is done. We get an Experience Candy XL, a Leaf Stone for that. Well, it fits because of Adamant's Leafeon. But also, the Diamond Clan is now going to be available to battle in the path of, is it Tenacity? I believe it's Tenacity. So you'll sometimes run into them and not just members of the Survey Corps, for instance. There's a lot of potential battles that you can actually unlock for that. But we have one more thing to do before we call this an episode. Our next stop is actually going to involve we're going to go back, actually, and then I'm going to meet you all at the Crimson Mirelands. Now this time, in case it wasn't obvious, we're going to need to bring Palkia with us, and we're actually supposed to head on over to the Diamond Settlement, which is a little ironic considering what we're about to do, but look who's here. It's Irida. Hello again, Akari. I felt your presence nearby while I was playing my flute earlier. I came to play for the Diamond Clan so they can hear the melodies my clan holds dear. Oh, but seeing you reminds me, I've learned more about the Lustrous Globe. It seems to hold the power to transform Mighty Palkia into its otherworldly form, if you can believe that. Listen, I want to battle Mighty Palkia. I want to prove to myself that when the Pro Clan worshipped Mighty Palkia, thinking it was Almighty Sinnoh, our belief at least was real. Please help me do this. Use the Lustrous Globe to transform Mighty Palkia and bring it alone to battle me. And once again, we need to head into our key items, grab the Lustrous Globe, set it on Palkia, and put it in its origin form. All right, now let's get out of here. Talk to Irida again. Want to know Mighty Palkia's power firsthand? The power that brought space itself into being. You got it. Let's do this. To step forward into this great wide world takes bravery and determination. And once again, we're going to be battling 3 Pokemon this time. Glaceon being the centerpiece. Bet you can't guess what sort of stone we're going to get as a reward for finishing this one, but let's do this thing. All right. So luckily, we actually have 2 Pokemon that are very susceptible to physical attacks, which is actually going to be really nice for just taking them out easily. Let's just go with Glaceon here and not miss Spatial Rend this time. Thank you. Good damage. Not enough to take it out immediately, but that's okay. Palkia can handle some of these hits, although it is a little bit weaker than Dialga. I don't have it quite up to snuff in the same way that I did with Dialga, but I think we should be okay. Okay, let's focus on Glaceon here. I guess I'll use Earth Power just so I can make sure that it actually hits. Take you out really quickly, and then we'll focus on Espeon and Flareon, which both should go down in like one hit each, honestly. And why did I say... I guess I have Aqua Tail, which is my physical attack here. Flareon really can't do anything to Palkia, so let's just focus on using this on Espeon. There we go. I don't know why I said better physical attacks, though, because Palkia is also a special attacker, but whatever. We'll still take it. Oh, man, that must have hurt really bad. Did you see the game in slow motion? Oh, man. Goodbye, Flareon. As long as this lands, thank you. Good job, Space Horse. And there we go. Battle has been decided. Palkia gets a little experience for his trouble. It's trouble. The sheer power of mighty Palkia. It is as unfathomably vast as space itself. I'm in awe before it. That was incredible. Must have been the Pro Clan's almighty Sinnoh. Looks like Pro Clan's leader can really hold her own in a battle, too. Did you hear that? The people of the Diamond Clan praised our almighty Sinnoh. They praised mighty Palkia. I want to take this spirit of respecting and cherishing one another and spread it throughout vast Hisui, and I'll do it through battling. I've decided on behalf of the entire Pro Clan, we'll bring our battles to Jubilife Village's training grounds to let these ideas flourish. And once again, now we have the Pro Clan available to us in the training grounds during the Path of Tenacity. We get another Ice Stone for our troubles, which, again, remember, those are extremely rare, so if you need those, that is another way to get it. Obviously, it's kind of only available at the very end of the game, but hey, it is something. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Thank you all so much for watching. Next episode, finally, with all that we have done in this game, the deified Pokemon will finally be completed. It's the finale. I will see you all in the next one.